Okay, okay. So, one thing I have found is the StarQuake map. Some wonderful person has an amazingly cool map. So I do have this. Ideally, I have a little program that went through and chopped this up into tiles automatically. However, for the sake of a remake, now one thing that is an issue is this will be scaled down when we run it. Okay, so first thing, I don't want to do that at all. I want to open that one. Okay. So we're going to use that background as the background. Level starts here. It is offset a little bit because there's a wee bit at the start. So it now fits nicely into 8x8 cells. This is going to be complete fudge. What we'll do is we'll paint in kind of collision tiles. So we could just use this as our level, because nothing's modifiable or anything in it. It has everything kind of painted in. StarQuake, from what I can tell from the videos, you don't really go over anything. The baddies kind of hit you, you pick up stuff. So we'll need to convert some of these things into objects. But for the most part, the map should kind of stay as is. Yeah, so these wee things are the things you jump on and hover up, and that should be okay if we get that far. First, I need to yeah, I'm sitting watching StarQuake kind of play through to try and remind myself what StarQuake is. It's been a long time. It's a flip screen as well rather than a scrolling one. Scrolling one could be cool actually. We just couldn't do it back then. So yeah, having a look at that. That's not the language, let me just edit this. Right. I've never played StarQuake. Jeez. You're on the spectrum. I've not lived. Collision. So let's start by think size 6. So I'm going to make just tiles that I can use for colliding with the background. Just for the moment, we'll just paint everything that's collidable and see where we get to. Okay, so tiles. Add a new layer. Pick the tile set. Tile set. Got one tile at the moment. So all we're really going to do is paint in collision. Now, you don't actually have to paint the whole thing. You really just have to paint the edges. We do have a fill tool coming, which would help hugely. Let's just get solid in it. So really, we should just concentrate on doing the blocks we're going to hit to start with, so we can start looking at the actual game stuff. That's still playable. I don't know how tight StarQuake the collision was. Everybody just painted over these and made them completely inaccessible. I suspect you won't get into it anyway because just the character, so it doesn't really matter. I do think one day I'm going to do take this bitmap, generate me a tile map. I did it before in GMS 1, so it'd be nice to do it for GMS 2. Did you actually fly over them, or did you? No. I'm putting in collision these, and I don't know if you actually hit them at all. Unfortunately, the character doesn't go that way. There must be background things. They look like clouds. Oh no, you're hitting them. So it's the same as this stuff here. Okay, it must be solid. It would be nice to be able to generate the collision map automatically. Let's see if I'm doing this, but I don't think I can. Might have been able to do it as 16 by 16s as well, which would be a lot less painting. And you see these things here isn't quite 16 by 16. I'm just looking at the video again, see if there's any point where it goes up to the top. You've got funny access codes and everything in this. What's the main part of StarQuake's really that little flying thing and the platforms you can build that kind of dissolve underneath them. Only issue I'm probably going to have here, I might have to chop this image up in a couple of bits because I think the free license only gives you a 2K by 2K texture. Oh, this is going to take forever. What's a better way of doing this? The problem with these kind of games, it is just lots of map editing. Let's just try and go around the outside. I'm not going to move that fast in it, so it shouldn't really affect the game if I don't paint every tile. Might just miss some, that's the only issue. I've got line and rect tools coming for this kind of stuff, and fill. So again, I can mark this, fill the middle, do that much quicker. What happened to these star things? Like I said, I don't know if these were death, these things. I'll have to try and find it on the video. Although, being a walkthrough, he probably doesn't hit them very often. I'll have to try and find different videos. I can't quite tell what you die from and what's I've got a feeling all these things are just obstacles. Either that the guy playing on the video is really good at it. Right, so let's create a view. Actually, can I find the StarQuake guy? Just so I can get a sprite. It should be 16 by 16, I would have thought. 14 by 16. Okay. I just want to see what it actually looks like, because like I said, I think I'm going to have to chop this image into a few pieces for it to actually work. Let's put a collision in there and see if that's good. Don't forget ladders. Ladders? And getting the taking all the pixels would take a long time. It's a big image. You could probably offline process it. We don't really want to get into writing another app to do that. I suspect you would have to read all the pixels to see if there's anything in there. It's a reasonably sized thing, and you'd have to do that at the startup of each game effectively, so I really wanted to do that. Somebody else suggested a contiguous thing where you select the black, it picks all black. So we'll probably do that, because I think that would certainly help. Player, so let's place instance. Oops, this one if you please. Print two. Okay. Now let's move spectrum 256192 to the whole screen. There's a panel at the top. That's flip screen, isn't it? Okay. To figure out how much you get to see. So basically from here to here. 10, 11, 12, lose count. 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, So 18. So that's 144. 144. There is an offset, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 6. 48. So there's 4 pixels. Okay, that's not too bad. And then across the way, I think it's the full screen. Why did you jump back there for? Two, 5, 6. Yeah. Let's assume it's 2, 5, 6. There's 32. So yeah. Panel certainly filling that area as well. So, well, actually, hang on. Could have looked at that screenshot that I had, whatever it was. Damn it. Edge. Oh, okay. So, what that is. So that's 256 right across. So okay. Right. Okay. So. Let's do this in a script. We're going to call this a lot. So take the X down 256. That gives me the room across. I don't need to offset this forward because it's down. But do on Y equals 514. Add on 6, 48. Right, so that's top left of the room that I'm wanting. And 2.5. So that basically gets rid of lower pixels and clamps it to the room size. 144 is a bit harder. So divide it down, floor it, scale it back up again, move it down a bit. That should. View pops. I need to set up a view, of course. So views. Two, 5, 0, 6, 1, 2. 4, 7, 6, 8. Alright, so that's a perfect scale anyway. Okay. So player. Okay. Now this is probably going to blur a bit. See down there, it's been scaled down. Ooh, scaled right down. Ooh, nasty. Smallest it can go, or biggest it can go to, is that just 2048, 2048? Okay, so we'll have to chop that image up into bits. Can you specify which frame background can use? No. Damn. I could do it with assets, I suppose, because they can do that. I would create. Go. Oh, I wonder if I can chop it up automatically. So what I might be able to do is pretend it's an animation and then just tell it to recursively chop the thing up. I will have to take off so 1, 2, 3, 4. Should just be able to crop that. So 4 off. Right. Better. Now we can resize that back again. That's a nice number. 4 and 6. And size that as 512 there. Okay. Not quite sure why. It's 4 pixels out, I have to say. That's obviously fine. So why is it only 4 pixel out on the other side? It's actually cropped a little bit, I think. Okay, that's not something to worry about just now. There is a, if you go to my YouTube playlist, what's my YouTube playlist? My channel playlists. So this one, for the Breakout game, that is going to be available as one of the official demos, because I made all the graphics kind of there, so that's able to be distributed. The other two games, Manic Miner and Lemmings, obviously don't own the assets for, so we can't make them available for download unless somebody wants to go and do me a whole set of graphics for it, basically, which is a little bit of a shame, but there you go. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate that just so I don't lose it. Image, convert to frames. Oh, I don't know. 4 by 416, so 20. 4. 24. 24. Okay. Fingers crossed. Ooh, yeah. Hey presto. Okay. So now, in the room, if we do an asset layer, then what I can do so I've got this chunk here. I can knock that in. Let's hide the background for a moment. And what I can do in this, you can specify the frame on an asset layer. So you can use that to help split your humongous images up if that's what you've got. I can't do that. Is that right? Oh, it is. Okay. 4. 5. I obviously don't have to make all these because I'm probably not going to get as far as to go all the way down there. 6. I said there was 20 of them. 7. 8. 9. The new asset layer does help a lot with just manipulating stuff. 10, halfway. 10, 11. Okay, so in theory, separate text page. Horizontal, vertically. That should help it fit on a 1024 by 1024 page. Which I'm just going to try and see if it actually made any difference. The video that Twitch had recorded was buggered. They just deleted it, unfortunately. It didn't seem to stop recording, so it had like a day of what they thought was something in it, even though it had actually stopped. So it must have just been utterly knackered, and they just nuked it. Whoa! Well, yeah, I have to tell it not to animate. That would be good. Yes, I'm afraid we've lost the third video. Yeah, there is a 6-minute one there, but I don't think that was worth putting up, to be honest, because it had no sound on it. It wasn't doing very much. Oh, there we go. That looks better. Let's just switch off the collisions so we can have a little look. It does mean you'll get funny stitching. Yeah, that looks fine, doesn't it? So we just have to fix the player. So Mr. Bond. Yeah, no, it was like 2-3 hours basically lost. Like, it would have been as well just recording it here and then uploading it rather than streaming it, but oh well. Activate my camera. What is the cameras? So yeah, it should just be X pos, Y pos, and then that should move. It should be 8, 6, 2048. So we say this is 2048. Should be there. Okay. See if it moves along, but at the top. Oh, actually, of course, I've just moved it, haven't I? So, okay. Okay, so it's getting it right. So it looks good. There's no any big issues. So if I from down, actually don't do that. So he should have come in as Y144. 144. To subtract off the 48 first. Because he's down, okay. I'm sticking a flying about just so we can see if it's actually flicking screens properly. Keyboard. Check. Oh, goodness sake. Okay. Left. Okay. Right. Right, so, oh, it's actually not doing anything, is it? Okay, it's not doing, maybe stick that frame rate up. Okay. And to be honest, I don't really want else. Yeah, because the panel is going to be there basically. So this part, which I'll get. That one I don't need. I don't need. Just move on a bit to it. Yeah, so you can see the little gap here. That's just the hardware rendering. Because we now fix up tiles so they render properly. If you just use bitmaps, you still get the old issues. However, that flag to do the wrapping means that each one of these will go onto its own 1K texture page, and then it'll have all the wrapping for that texture page is all kind of built in. So you kind of get away with it. What have I done with the guy? That's it. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to look at the panel. So we can get the top part masked off, so we get a proper idea of how it's flipping. Crop to selection. Okay, so he'll do for that, and inside the player, GUI. HUD's head-up display, so that's your panel kind of area. Set the width. 2, so we set our spectrum screen size. Sprite. Okay. There we go. So, just a quick look at the map. One sec. Just so we can kind of compare, see what we should be seeing when it flips. That looks okay. That should be a purple one. That looks fine. And over there it should be yellow. Yep. And then kind of yellow thing there. Okay. That looks okay. It's a big area, isn't it? And that's the end of it. Oops. That's cool. So that's our page flipping. I mean, we could obviously scroll in this one. We don't have to page flip. It'd be nice to do spectrum color clash on this as well. That's quite cool. Having all the colours kind of built into this map, it's quite nice already. So. Okay. Okay, so let's just keep adding these on just now. Assets. What number was that? 11. Okay. I think we may as well finish. 13. 14. 15. And obviously if you did these as tiles and then coloured, I did that attribute thing for the spectrum that I'd done, you'd be 2 tile maps, fraction of the tiles. Your tile set would be tiny because these are all kind of repeating blocks. And you're basically saying this here is a 16 by 16 almost, not quite. You get clumps of repeating bits that you could then just colour. So 15. 16. Oh really? 17. 18. Really just ends early. Yeah. The last one. 19. There we go. Again, it only takes up one sprite because it reused the multiple frames part of the assets, which is quite cool. So collision. It would also be nice to have this as kind of transparent so you could do that paper ink thing. Well, StarQuake never used that. It only ever used ink colour. It was always a black paper. I might have done it there, yeah. Yeah. So, let's see what we could really do with now. Is the actual C64 StarQuake is very pretty. Multicoloured sprites. I've got to admit, the Spectrum is the one I associate StarQuake with. Getting the frames for this is going to be tricky. I might have to just stick with having a flat, depending on the direction you go, just so I can kind of carry on with it. Or I could be looking further. unless anybody knows where I can get the sprites. They're hosted online somewhere. I can't find just a dump of the sprite. I'm sure I've seen them before. No, it's just not. Nobody's kind of dumped them out, which is annoying. Who suggested StarQuake? Half the fun's out having all the graphics and just throwing them in. Yeah, I can't find the guy. I'll just have to get individual frames. So a left frame, a right frame. So meh. That's annoying. So screenshots of him running left and right. Two from six and 2. What the hell? Of course it doesn't. Image. Just flip him for the other one. Probably all I'm going to do at the moment. Just do the step, I suppose. And that, left is 0. Right is 2. If you leave me alone, he's going to be wrong. Excuse me. I suppose. I'm not sure how fast he walked. It was pretty quick, wasn't it? Okay, not as quick as I've got him, clearly. It also was, looked like it was a 30 frames second game. Yeah, that's about the right speed. So I'm going to do those as well. And then as objects. Start with the map. So let's delete this for the moment. I do still have it on disk, so group, split in there, and on there, and I'll stick that in there just now, just to go with. Okay. Create. I don't know what that is. Hover thing? Oh, you can land them in. Okay, so they're deadly. So the spiky things in the map are deadly, so. There's loads of objects. I'm gonna wait. I have no idea what you do in this game. Not a clue. We'll get the basic mechanics in again and see. Yeah, you had a certain number of those platforms. There's a battery on the hover thing. Sorry, I'm still kind of watching this play and watching the panel stuff. What should these batteries for? Presumably there's cards that you pick up somewhere that you then use to do things. I don't know. Yep. So the battery's you, run out, you die. Fine. I'm being robbed at the moment. Right, so okay, we'll get the flying in, we'll get the walking in, and then we'll take it from there. That's the kind of crux of the game. So it's all about getting the core thing in. Yes. I'm kind of half flying blind here. So collision tiles, right, so do a little bit more of the map just so we've got just so we've got something to test again more than anything else. I'm not convinced about these collision blocks, but there doesn't seem to be anything that's a kind of you can getting into nukes or anything. It seems to be very just hit a large wall area, so I'm guessing all these little spaces is just decoration, and actually the collision is very simple. That's kind of like this. So we shall see. Yeah, I think I'm going a bit. I'm pretty sure it's just big blocks of collision. Feeling that you probably want to block that off as well, and then just check that you're over the top of it. Oh, I don't know. Guess that's where the challenge is. Okay, that should be. That should be enough of a test. Let's see if we can get a walk in. Can I go? Just need to rewind my video to see how he walks. It's quite a gentle fall, really, I have to say. It's annoying not having the animations. It's like you lose something without it. I'm really annoyed I can't find them. That should be one of the criteria for doing a remake. You must be able to get all the animations. It's what made the arcade remakes so good, because loads of folk have dumped arcade ROMs already. Now the criteria should be, I should have played the bloody game so I know what I'm doing. I'm kind of running blind a little bit. Riding blind on a rocket cycle. Right, okay, so enough faffing. Let's just use that and see if we can do basic movement. So let's close all this down. And at the end. So these are 8x8s, and it's a 16x16, so we have to check. If you're bang on, you check 2 8x8s. If you're offset a little bit, like you're falling, you have to check 3 for going left. So let's just do left check. And 2, 3. So that's the one that might change. And that equals. Well, what I do need to do is get the tile map. I'll take that out just now. I don't need that anymore. I think it's called collisions. No, it's not, but it will be. Close that down again. That's the layer. Okay, so I don't know why it's not get tile map ID instead of layer tile map get ID. Seems odd. Right, Okay, so now in the step we can do tile map get at pixel, the ID. Now the pixel we've got, like the lemming one actually, is just under his feet, so we can just check that for kind of falling and a bit to either side. That's not object, sprite. So origins 816 down. So we need to subtract 8 off, so we're going to be checking that wall. And subtracting 16 off, so we're checking the whole height. So 292 and 7. So if we're not within an 8x8, if we're not exactly within an 8x8 cell, then we need to get a third one. 6 minus 8, and then the actual block itself, I guess. 6 and 8. Which 3 tiles you bang on? Move down, it's going to snap up. Yeah, so a 0. So that will give us our 3 blocks. Now, if any of them are not 0, we just order them together because we don't really care. Say just doing 3 different ifs. Then we want to basically align it back, which is what we follow on this one. This is going to be another bit of binary magic. Actually, I could just do x and not 7 plus 8. So that takes off the lower bits, which clamps them to like a left blow. So if he's gone into a brick and you do, oh, I've hit this bit, taking off the lower bits knocks him to this edge, then you add 8 back on to take him out again. That way you're not guessing how many bits you've got to do, you just get rid of them, add on 8. Okay, so that's from left. And right is similar, except it's plus 8. And this time we don't take off because if you've gone in, you just need to snap back to the same wall. You don't have to offset in. When you're standing still, then you don't have to check anything. So falling down, what you should also do really is apply a little bit of gravity, and I'll just keep, although it should really accelerate. So I'm actually going to do it. And then when you hit the ground, you can kind of cancel. I'll do this on that. Cancel gravity and it'll start accumulating again. It's just for the moment. So falling down, again you're going to have 3 blocks, this time at the feet. So if it's 16 aligned again, so you can fall through a nice narrow bit, and you can check. If you've got 3 blocks, if you're offset, you need to check 3 again to make sure you're not overlapping anything. So this time it will be just at the feet, and will be -8 at the block and then +8, I think. based on X offset this time. And Y, back up, don't need to move it offset because you want it to snap back up again. No idea if that's going to work. Let's see. Wow, look at that. Okay, let's not let me go through. It's not falling, but the collisions, I should be able to go straight up. Put that down. Oh, look at that, okay. So aside from gravity not working, it is actually so cool. Okay. Check the other side. So that way it's checking this block, this one, and this one over there. Cool. Okay. So why is gravity not working? Yeah, see, for some stupid reason, I'm just zeroing it all the time. You should only zero when. Well, yeah, probably shouldn't do that. And I'm not quite sure why that's not. Oh, because it's not actually anything to do with moving down. Because it's gravity, you always have to check the collision going down. That's a bit weird. Can reset a lot. Yeah, it's falling. And reset to 2 because I'm an idiot. Oh, if you push up, then you want the delta Y to come off as well because you're going up. So you don't want to apply your gravity, you're applying a force upwards. So there you go. I'm not actually sure they had. I'll go back to my video of them moving a bit. I'm not actually sure they had gravity, it was just really dead. There's a little curve. Right. I wonder what it'd be like if we just added 1 and cap it at 2. I suspect it would be a bit too. That on the last one, so it's a bit nothing applied. Quite sure why it's got a little judder to it. Oop. What did you get there? Oh, because they're not done. Not done up yet. Let's do up. So if you're going up, the same as this one. So you're going up this time, you need to check above the player. The same again, 3 blocks, blah blah blah. This time if it's going up it's going to snap, and then you need to bring it back down again. Going up you always need that, so that's fine. So let's just try this, there you go. Now obviously pushing up will be, see, it just falls nicely into there. So it's just hovering over the edge, and that takes them in. That's the kind of 16 kind of pixel thing. Yeah, outline one's probably fine. In the past, folk have tended to use instances for doing all this collision stuff, but then when you do collision to instances, it's incredibly painful. Tile collision, like seen here, it's very small, super accurate, and very fast. I can't quite see why that's giving me a little judder. Well, that might just be Windows, because it's not synchronized. I think I'm seeing a little bit of an after image. So yeah, there you go. Kind of fly around quite happily. Oh yeah, that's it hitting to the collision. So we really just have to go through and draw. So this stuff here, we were putting a different collision type of, not one, but kind of spikes. And then as you go over it, you can just kill the player. Again, really easy. There you go. In terms of the room, can either paint more collisions in. I've only done that bit. Yes, it would take quite a while. So ideally, you would do a little offline processor that would go through, generate you a character map, and then generate you a collision map as well, based on things that you knew. Because painting all this in would be a bit of a time sink. So the tile sets. Let's just. That's not what actually that to do, is it? It's this bit here. So I think I'm going to move that to here, and then I'm going to do. That'll be our deadly tile. And that'll be our other one. It's a good thing about the new room editor. It's just because it's just an int that's stored in there. You can change your tiles pretty easily without having to worry too much about it. So now we can kind of go, you are deadly. There we go. So we could decide that if we hit that tile, you're gonna die. Could do with animations for these things as well, which is annoying. Okay, so the next bit we'll probably want to do is the little platforms, which I really could do with an animation to see how they're drawn. Okay, so they look like 8 by 16 sprites. That's probably what that was going to be, I have to say. So, this canvas, 16 wide, 8 high. Okay. Now, let me just see if I can. Can I get a picture of StarQuake with these platforms? That would be a help. Ha! Oh, here's a big one. Damn it. Find them on the right resolution as well. A lot of them are in emulators, so they're not ideal for ripping graphics out of. There's loads of those wee flying ones, so I guess that's what you did most of the time. Why did I do that? View more. Ooh, there we go. Somebody also requested Chucky Egg as a game to be remade. I did actually start a Chucky Egg game a while ago and had them run about the first level. It was done in GameMaker 1. I still can't find. For a game that's kind of synonymous with retro gaming stuff, it's quite hard to find images. Right, we'll have to go with that one, I think. So I can't find any other one. It's big and blurry as well. Let's see if I can just draw. No, I think that was literally a pixel. It kind of looks like that, but not quite. I need a proper one-to-one image. What collision inconsistency? Which collision inconsistency was that? C64 is probably the same size. Ah, yeah, it wasn't actually the collision. There was a bug in collision masks resizing funny. So the ball had a huge collision mask, so it was continually hitting and it would just sometimes bounce and break through. Once I'd sized it down manually to the size of the ball, it was all fine. There was nothing wrong with the actual runtime, it was the IDE stuff. That's something we've now fixed. In fact, I think in the video later, you can kind of see me fixing it, because I did kind of twig what it might have been. Oh, hang on, that looked like one. How big is that? Bloody huge again. Damn it. Just need one that's kind of one-to-one image. That looks like it's fine. Let's see, it's scaled as well. Damn it. It's this here, but it's kind of hard to tell what it actually looks like in actual kind of pixel terms. It's really annoying. Just shows you how far I never got in StarQuake, because I hardly ever got to fly. I was always building these little bloody ladder things. Yeah, every screenshot I've got. Oh, there's one. No, it's still messed up. It's just I can't quite make out the shape. It's almost that. Oh, I drew it in grey. It's just purest. It's almost that, but not quite. It looks like these bits should be a bit thicker, but I just can't tell. He said most of the images are actually of them flying around, which is no bloody help. There's a 2200 C64 one. A16. We will do. Oh, okay. Wee bit out. And he wasn't quite right with it. So I could do with seeing how it dissolves now. And also I wasn't sure if it always built on an 8x8 tile or it built underneath them. It kind of looks like it might build as an 8x8. And that would be good because I could actually put the yes, I could actually put the tile into the collision map, or have its own collision map for that matter. But it would certainly let me. Yes, it does. The dissolving on it's funny though. It's not. It's not even. I just watched them build a stack. Let's pull this over. See them build a stack of them, and these are obviously built first, but the ones at the top are dissolving first. Just odd. So it only has about 4 frames. So let's just technically speaking, it should be getting less and less, I suppose. So it is actually kind of dissolving away. And that's probably as much as I need. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll create another. And we will set it to this. So basically we'll make sure we're on a boundary. I want to put in a new tile. So let's move that down there because it's better if all the solid ones are kind of at the start. said you can just say it's less than this, then you're kind of hitting. I'll have to go and repaint the death ones, I remember. Obviously, we're not really using that just now, but just so I don't forget. What the hell that is? Take it their pickups. So the ones ahead. Okay. I'll pin in a little bit more of these collisions though, just so we can explore a little bit. I just said the guy will fall into that space, so I could leave that blank. It's not going to get into there though. Even if we leave that empty, because that's there. Okay. It's always hard to tell with old games how much they've put in for kind of artistic things. So you can, player gets hope, oh, if you go there, and then tries for a while to see if there's a secret or something to get them there. Again, the collision stuff we've painted in or processed in, we'll quite happily miss these tiles because there's obviously it'll collide with other ones as well. So it's not like leaving the holes is going to cause a huge flaw in our colliding with the world. So where are we? Let's just do a little bit more around here. We should really fire this up on an emulator and fly around these areas and see what you can actually do and get to. Because I suspect most of the stuff I'm worried about just you can't even get to, so it just doesn't matter. Can you return those things back to there to recharge or something? Or are they just in there as docks for you to kind of pick them up from? Okay, that's probably fine. Let's just do this because it's quite close to there. start. See again, that just, you think it's got little spaces, but they can't get into it anyway, so what's the point? It's better keeping it as just a nice big square, then it's easy to navigate. You may think you're kind of giving them more area to go to, but you're just complicating their movement a lot of the time. I don't know if I can get to there, so I have to then do lots of stuff. Right. So let's say tile, nothing on. 2 is the building up thing. So if we make this pretty slow, let's wait for a second. 1. Okay, let's just say that. That's fine. Give us a ballpark. So we put that in, and then we put in relations equals layer tile map layer collisions. Okay. So first of all, we'll check. So if you stand on the ground, you press it. Instead of spawning and overwriting collisions, we'll just kill ourselves basically. Tile map get at pixel line collisions. There's 2 of them, so 1 equals 8 d1 d2 equals 0. Destroy exit. Otherwise, map set at pixel collisions, comma. Now it's going to be tile 2. At x and y. And then state. Now on animation end, we're basically going to kill ourselves and then clear this tile. That way we can put it down and hey presto. So let's say on sprite, the object, if we press space, then now we know we're going to jump up a block when we press space. So we will have to check the collision above to make sure we can do that. Otherwise, there's going to be no space to do it. Keyboard check. Okay, space. So first thing we do, any of the blocks. So just say if it's 0, there's nothing above us, nothing stopping us from doing it. Then we can move ourselves up a little bit. So move ourselves up. Then Just think. I might even have to do that because that other thing kind of does it anyway. Ladder. Let's put layer. Always get that. Still get used to that. Come on, where man? Come on, ladder. So if you're offset, it's going to create this thing but snap up, and then because you're inside the collision, you'll snap up as well. But we'll fix it properly so it's not going to do that. We also need to actually it should be in the block you're in. It's not 8, it's 7 because it's you can't stand there and just no, that's at your feet, isn't it? -1. So move that up there. So it should be into that block now. That should be -8 because it's to the left. Whoa. Yeah, so you're to how about you kind of see what's happening. So we need a space first. Doom. I think enough people have remade Doom. Let's see, so I did this step, yeah. So not space first, then do a platform. It basically just debinds the key. Okay, so let's just disable the collisions. Well, not disable them, just hide them. They are still exported. So, why am I not seeing anything? How would that make a difference? Instances above it. Oh, because I was creating it on the collision there, wasn't I? Instance create. Instance. Right. That should be it. There you go. Cool. bit reminds me of being a CGA graphics game. Hey, sorry CGA. Oops. So you do have this up here, which is your kind of counter. Not exactly sure. Check pressed. Pressed is for it going down once, whereas check is just, is it down? So, I mean, for that, yeah, okay, you could do pressed, I suppose. I'm just used to having it and kind of doing it myself. Yes, you could. Oh, hang on. It's not. It's nodes, but no. StarQuake. Somebody just pinged me a link for ZX Spectrum. Oh, there you go, StarQuake graphics. Ooh. Ooh, there you go. Now we're getting somewhere. Got a wee platform there, you might have interest. There's the helicopter. That's some dying, there's some running. Don't see. Oh, look at that tile map, so you could actually make it as a tile map. I might do that offline because it's quite a long, monotonous process. But having the whole thing as a tile map instead of big pictures is how you would actually do it. But it is something that takes a bit of time. Yeah, it can't be like that, surely. There's a platform there. Now, interestingly, that one, oh, that's the panel, isn't it? That's still the platform for. This looks like the proper. Oh, there you go. Ah, looks like the proper tile mat. I don't know what the other one was. It looked like just large chunks. Oh, it's the sprites that are the interesting part. I've got to. What's that done? Shoot. I think my IE's, my Explorer's about to die. Is it called StarQuake graphics? StarQuake graphics. Let's just copy them out into here. Okay. And that into there. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. We haven't. Well, it doesn't like that. That's supposed to be the bitmap. It's going to be a compressed bitmap or something, but whatever it is, it doesn't like it. Okay, I can copy it from a different art program, that's fine. Interestingly, this StarQuake character has the same trick as lots of other things have, which is it walks through an actual sprite. So let's create I don't quite understand that there's a million frames for this guy for walking right and walking left, but I don't know if they're all the same thing or not. Some of them look identical. So I'm currently pinging the net, just seeing if what is different with these. Yeah, that's exactly the same. Well, maybe not. No, it's different. Well, it looks the same. It has moved on a bit. It's odd. There's obviously loads of frames to do with this guy. I don't really know if they're just initial turning frames or what. They're organised oddly. Oh, they're pre-rotations. I see what it is. That's the frames shifted on X pixels. So that'll be the frames. They're 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be 4 because it moves on 2 pixels at a time. That's a different one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, okay. In order to save processing time, Spectrum guys usually pre-rotate the graphics, so they'll move it on a couple of pixels, couple of pixels, but saves them having to do shifts of the graphic in memory. So they've just got it preset. So, okay, this is. Right, so I'll just take this back over here and go to the player. And we'll just make these and we'll kind of start again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I obviously don't have to pre-rotate. Ah, yeah, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this guy. I'll kind of fix it. Fix it in the edit, as they say. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So is that the animation? There you go. Okay, so what I can do is I'll crop this to selection. Boom. Okay. Now it's probably just the same going the other way. Often. Oops, wrong one. No. Offense. Yeah, so I think they just flipped. So take actually that one, paste it there. Can't do that one, paste it there. Don't fit. That one. That one. No, can't fit. Image, can't fit. Right, so and yeah, I think he had an initial turning frame as well, because he's got a little pre-rotation for that as well. So we can add that in, I suppose. I'll do this one if we're going left. No. Okay, is that just a flip? Yeah, looks like it. And then we've got his standing still frame. Whoa, look at that. Okay. Okay, so that's our little guy. Now we just have to kind of control it when we're moving left, right, kind of recognize it. Okay. Right. So so let's actually can I create that and then just from this copying we have to do is take away all the brick. Oops, daisy. How are we doing for time? So that's just 2 hours now. We've got the background collision, we've got a map in, we've got the tile building. Now we've got the sprites. And like we'll get the proper images in. I really want that select non-contiguous thing. So that would just make these a single click and delete. Be much easier. Oh. Okay. Okay. So that's player. So again, we've got to 60. So he's going to be fine. We shall delete him. Player. To the new player. Now then. So we've got to hang on. Right. So an actual draw event, and then we'll take the direction and have it do all the shenanigans in here. So instead of image index, we will set direction. That direction, because that's all. Either left, right, stand. Okay, so step. That goes left, right, stand. Okay. So if it's left, for the moment, I think I'm just going to set the animation sequence to be sequence. Just go for that. Yeah, whatever. 4, 5, 6, 8. 7. Meh, let's see what that does. Been typing long enough. Left, right, because I'm stupid. There's no point in there because they're 3, 4, 5. say 7. So that'll just kind of delay a little bit, so it's a bit quick. So 2, 2, 15. Still pretty quick. 31. Oh, I'll change the mask. 15. 3, 3, 16. I did it. Is that about right? I wonder if, again, it's going to take the X position as the frame. Instead of animating it, there's only 4 frames. It doesn't seem to be. No, it's going too fast. Okay, let's fix that up. Yeah, I don't think so. Nah, it's just. Probably take that up key out now, shouldn't I? Because that's cheating. Up. You've only got to go up by. Oh, actually, you will be able to go up when you're flying. So let's keep that in there just now. There's a different mode, obviously, for flying. Clearly missed that, or it's not what I think it's doing. No, that's no. That should be getting checked. It's just okay. So moving that's right, but I suspect I kind of want to do is check. Going back down again. It's all kind of hinging on that position. There we go. Okay. Now, I am rapidly running out of things I know about this game to actually be able to implement, which is a little bit embarrassing. So we do have collisions off. So for the moment, I'm kind of convinced that's a Windows glitch for some reason. I'll go full screen and then we'll see if we can frame lock it and see. Chuck. There's like a jump. I can understand it jumping up because it could have fallen into the block and it's being snapped up, but the jump left is no, okay, it would do because it's going to check the collision left and right first. You need to check the up and down first, so that it snaps out, and then you check the left and right. There you go. That's better. So I think the next thing really is the hover thing, isn't it? It's actually standing there, you just walk through it. I've got a feeling that's a background thing, you just walk through. Yeah, so these. I want to be able to hit them and then start to fly around. I could kind of do with knowing how they work though. I don't know if you just fly them forever or you fly them and then when you stop, when you stop it's kind of disappear or something. So, gotta find a little video. I'm not seeing any energy bar for that thing. And it dies, of course. Come on, if we could just kind of get off it, that would be good. So can you just fly these things forever? He's kind of deposited it back in that bit. And gone and got it again. Can you only let them go in these little bays? Is that what it is? StarQuake walkthrough. I did notice this guy was. I did build over that first thing as well, so the chances are you do collide with that. So there are just random monsters that get appeared as well. And that's just a case of having a little generator that spawns. That's like 3 baddies randomly around the room. Okay, so you can pick those things up and you can only drop them down again in other bays, apparently. I don't know if there's a specific keyboard shortcut for a key for actually picking them up and dropping them down. But hey, that's we'll just assume not. It's heavy. On time. 2 hours 30. Okay, we'll give it a little bit. We'll see how much of this one I can get in. Image. And edit image. I think this is only a couple of frames, this one, isn't it? Or is it just one frame? Oh, so that doesn't actually animate. No, it doesn't. Okay. By 16. By 16. Touch selection. Okay. Never hover. Now the easiest thing to do with this, I suspect, is that's it. Is to basically have a tile collision. Tile collision, and then when you land on that tile, you can kind of see where you are. Oh, I'll need to edit the images to take these out, of course. Not actually on there yet. So, background collisions. So, these. And then we can do a collision query with all the other instances, see which one we're actually hitting. And then we can kind of lock to that one and start flying it around. Actually, we'll need to take these out. Not least because we need to have some place to drop them, I think. So I'm not sure if they all had them in there as the way the guy grabbed the screens. I assume that there's lots of them were empty. I don't know where they started being populated from. Yeah, I want to go through and just erase all of these. And just scatter some about in the level. I'd need to watch the long play to see where they kind of start from. Although I would also need to pay attention to where they're dropping them off, so that it's not a case of me putting them where they've just moved them to. That's probably fine. I don't need to do more. There's loads up there already. Okay, that's it. That's probably fine. As long as we've got the main ones just now. Right, it's going to come over there, down there, pick this one up. Where's the nearest? Can I drop it down there, I suppose? Don't know what the numbers indicate. 1, 1. Unless you can only drop it back at. Did he put them in? Because I didn't see them on the map. No, there are some. Can you only drop it from 2 to 2? Or 1 to 1? So this one can only come from there down to here. Wasn't paying attention to which one he did there. So he goes to get 1 first. And then forward it. So he picks up one and then he's flying about. Flying. Just flying about for a long time on this, and then it's one again. Are they bound to specific blocks? I have no idea. Sometimes I can't really tell. It might be that they're everywhere, and then, like you say, pick one up and then they all disappear. It's kind of hard to tell in the walkthroughs. In which case, why are they numbered? That has a 1 beside it. It's got 2. He's docking in the 2. Oh, go back to the other one, see if it reappeared. Jeez, it's got these little puzzle things as well. I really have no idea how this game plays, you know that? If he just drops off... Ah, 2! So it reappeared, so it must be they're all populated. You then pick one up, they all go away. Okay, that's good to know. It simplifies things as well. Okay. Backgrounds. So the only good thing. So what we can do is we can take these out of here, and then we can actually populate the whole map by looking for the collision block. That's relatively easy. So at the start, we just look through all those collision blocks, looking for those white ones, and then that gives us a starting point of where all these things are going to go. Oh, there's millions of them. It's either that or it's tied to 1s and 2s and stuff. I don't know. I don't quite know why they're numbered. This is the one, the initial one. I do hope I'm understanding this logic right. There's multiple 2s as well. That's just odd. Doesn't have a number at all, that one. Interesting. Isn't that all I'm doing? What the hell does that mean? So you paint depth across these as well. I mean depth. You don't need different things for those. Ideally, if this was turned into tiles, then you just make those animating tiles, and everything would just animate kind of free. This can go in. So very well getting a bitmap, but it's a pain in the bum. Again, if it was a tile map, it would be much easier. I could have just scanned the map at startup, taken away these tiles. Okay, I'm getting bored now. It's funny actually, I've got a lot more patience for doing tile maps than I do editing bitmaps. Don't know why. There's loads on this one. Right. 7, for goodness sake. Okay, definitely bored now. Right, these have gone. So what we can now do is basically look through, looking for these little white squares in the collision map. Instead of going left to right, the first one we find, as long as they're in twos, then that gives us a spawn point to create. To create these little helicopter things. And then when you pick one up, we can disable them all, create one at your feet. I don't even have to create one at your feet, because we're just going to draw one. So it's not like I have to move it around or anything. It is just going to be a case of switch them all off. I now have one at my feet. I'm in fly mode. Okay, so let's do that just now. So this is tile 3. We'll do this in the player, in the create event. So we have our collision tile map. So we need to know how big it is. Width, tile map, width, relations, height, zero, less than tw, th, plus plus. So it's just a really simple loop over all the tiles. And then let's turn get collisions. This is going to lie. T equals 3, which is our copter one. For instance, there. X times 8, Y times 8. Instances, which we have a major. Okay. And then we just want to move past the second block. They're always in 2, so that's pretty safe. Okay, try that. So there should now be one still in that position. Collision is still on, so we should see where it's coming from. Right. Let's just go down here. Okay, there we go. There's one sitting in there. And there is another one over here. There you go. So if we take that out and look through, wherever there's white, that shouldn't be. So again, time lapse are great for putting in, you know, these kind of attributes. So let's just paint them in the room editor. You no longer have to kind of guess for putting pickups down or anything. You can just make a tile with it, put it there, and then you could always scan stuff for it later. However, so we've got that. Now what we want to do is on collide with one. We want to do instance deactivate and then oh hell. So basically whenever you hit one, switch them all off. Oops. That'll do for the moment. There's obviously a little bit of logic in there for I would have thought you would have gotten that because the collision's in the feet. Or the pixel down. Oh, I know what it is. The binding box for it. Yeah, see this is the bug we've fixed. Things aren't quite right. So we just want to have that collision to be just a bit more you know. Thing is, I don't actually need to do that. Doing the collision with that, there is a new collision system in there, and it will cope with lots of collisions to lots and lots of different things. But we do actually have. What's that actually doing anyway? It's probably dead on that one as well. We do actually have the tiles, so I don't actually need to collide. So this is just wrong. So when it resizes, it doesn't hold the collision type size. Well, I'm not convinced that's going to do it either, but just going to delete that because that's delete event. Yeah. So what we'll do, so first of all we need a heli mode. So flying equals false. If you're flying and you hit this collision, then that's your chance to kind of dock it back in again and stick it back. So it's the so yeah, I don't think it really matters. So we basically want to do this bit up here again. Remember our 3-block check. So don't need this because it's nothing to do with that. I'm going to check the 3 blocks to see if it's, this time I need to do a proper check. D1 equals, what is 3, 2 equals 3, and 3 equals 3. So, 2, actually we don't need to do 3. We can just check, we just want to see if one of those two have it. Then you need to check to see, so if D1's 3, then the 1 and D2 is 3. D1 is 3 and D2 is not 3. That means at the edge, so you need to do 8. Otherwise, it's the other way. Instance activate object. Oh, did I get them the wrong way around? I just did that, didn't I? Okay, I might have done that. That might be why it didn't work before. I shall check my screen when I go back and see. However, oh, really? So, if we collide with those, and then we can stick us into fly mode, because we would have picked one up by this point. If not flying, okay, so let's just make sure it deactivates first. I'm going to stop at the 3-hour mark, I think. Still not getting that. Okay, and to message. Yeah. Right. Interesting. Oh, no, that's right. No, it's not. So, -8. and 0. Stands on it. Boop. Way. So now we would draw a heli thing there. I don't know if you have to be on it, how much you have to be on it. There's maybe a thing just to say, no, you've got to be bang on or within a couple of pixels. So you know, you can maybe allow a couple of pixels either way, and then if not, then you just don't bother. At this point, then so that'd be expensive. So x equals x minus 8 plus x of y equals 1. Right, so what I want to do is in the draw event, if we're flying, and despite is LA from 0, comma, LA x, LA y. Offset a little bit. Need to round it down. So it's aligned, and then y equals y. So just then keep it moving with you is the plan. Boop. Oh yeah, then keep it moving, you know, with you. Actually, what I want to do is do that as a position, and then x minus that, and then I can have that as an offset from. I don't need y, do I? I'll just do it at the y, and then use that as an offset. Oops, okay. Not quite. And also you'll need to do collision with 8 down when you're flying as well. Just not minus y, because it's full 16. Yay! Pretty sure he doesn't animate when he's. Well, that could be bollocks as well, actually. Does he animate? No, he doesn't. So that's fine. So yeah, so when he's falling, he's now higher. When he's flying, he's now higher. So you need to check the collision further down. So where's the fall? There we go. That. It should still be the same thing. You're still knocking it up 8 pixels. You're not going any further than that. Oop. So you will have to check more blocks this way as well. Yeah. Hey, there you go. And I'll have to let you into those ones as well. And then I'll have to disable that too. So let's just probably put it at the bottom so it's do shooting and stuff as well. And letting you deposit this back in one of the safe areas. So let's just switch collision off. Just see what this looks like. So 3 hours in, we have kind of basic mechanics that the game kind of depends on. Room swapping, building, flying these things, and I still have to deposit them down, but collision, stop painting the collision map. It'll just fall through. There you go. So, yeah, we'll just let you sit and then back into those, and then let you wander off. So there you go, first 3 hours. Fun than I thought I was going to get. Bear in mind I had no idea what the game was about. Really, I still don't. There's all these key cards and transporters, and there's a little mini game in there as well. I have no idea what that's doing. However, we shall see. Okay, so quick recap. Create gets the collision, has a direction and stuff, so it can animate. Loops through all the tiles, looking for the helipad ones. When it finds one, it puts a helipad in there, means we don't have to keep drawing instances all over the map, we can just leave that. Steps got kind of basic collision stuff in it. If you're going up, it checks above your head, which you should only do when you're flying, has to be said. You shouldn't be able to do it otherwise. So I'm just going to put that in just now. Can't go up unless you're flying. Can't go down unless you're flying. I think you should be able to go down. I think gravity is probably just. However, checks collision on your feet so you don't go through things. If you've got your helipad, it offsets that a bit. Left right collision again does the tile map collision. If you're offset, it does one of those. Same with going the other way. If you're just standing still, you just stand still. If you press space, you get one of these tiles. And make sure you can. There is space underneath to do that. then it creates one of these instances, little tile thing, and kind of jumps it up a little bit as well. And then this checks for the special collision blocks for the helipad. Yeah, I could probably just not do that as solid, and you'd soon get to it anyway. Yeah, I'll maybe play with that. Drawing, it's depending on the direction you go, and it sets the frame. This still have to do the half turn thing, so you get a sequence in. Draws the GUI, sets the size up, draws the GUI. The only other one really is the platforms. It puts into the collision map 2 blocks so you can stand on it, and then it's got this slow decay. At the end of the decay, it takes those blocks away, kills itself so that you'll fall through again. Dead simple. And then we've obviously got our big, huge bitmap. I would love to do that as a tile map instead of a bitmap. It would take some time to do, but you'd obviously save huge amounts of memory, because that's basically 20 1024, 1024, 1024, 1024. Yeah, so that's 4 meg images. So that's 83 megs for textures, which is a fair bit, to say the least. You do that in a tile map, it'll be down to under a meg easy, which would be nice. But for the sake of a fast remake, it's fine. Use the asset layer, split it up into different bits so that we don't hit the room limit, the texture page limit, because it's obviously a 4K texture. And we can have the full map without a problem. We've got a collision layer that we've drawn in over the top. If we had these as tiles, you could get away without having the collision layer, but you'd have to go and move all these things to be objects or on a different tile layer. If you did that, then you could actually just collide to the background. Anything that's non-zero would be something you walked on, which would be fine. But having a collision map's easier for things anyway, because you can put in your solid stuff, your depth, and as you saw, you can put in these things where you're going to pick up the helipads. Right, so that's all for tonight. We'll see if we get back on again tomorrow. Don't know what's happening tomorrow. See you later, peeps.